Hi, squatters. No. This one is heavy. This one is heavy, and I don't know how will the MKP members feel about this. But as much as we do analyze these things and do episodes, and sometimes you get attacked for no reason when you state that the MKP is about to implode. The MKP, there's no order. Duduzile is the one who's causing chaos there. She's ill-disciplined. She has got entitlement problems and all of that. And, people crucify you and say we exaggerate things, we blow things out of proportion. I think a month ago, I posted this episode to say Duduzile is the problem within the MKP. And people were not happy about it. People were completely against what I was saying. Again, I said, MKP is about to implode. Still, the MKP members refuse to accept it, refuse to acknowledge that, and then continue to protect Duduzile Zuma. And now she has proven all of them wrong, and only few of us right. She has proven few of us right, because very few people could see. This is the problem of belonging to a political party, becoming a member of a certain political party to such an extent that when they do commit mistakes or when there are potential issues which can disrupt the party, you don't see them, you happen to protect them and all of that. It's like the EFF. When we talk about the EFF, we talk about Julius Malema being an autocratic leader, having the last say there and not listening to people's opinions and all of that. People crucify us and say we are against Julius Malema and we are bad-mouthing him, he's a good leader and all of that. I mentioned this about MKP specifically. Let me tell you something, good people. You would remember that MKP has lost millions, disappeared. Remember, these people are stealing from their own party. They are not stealing from the government. What will happen with this political party when it gets into the government? When they go into the government to take care of the public purse, if they can steal from themselves, like what will happen to a public purse? That's number one. Number two, I also mentioned that this issue which dominated the headlines of that woman who complained about the deputy president, and she was threatened, she was told to keep quiet, withdraw her remarks and all of that. That case is still hanging and it remains unresolved. Again, there's no discipline in the MKP. Again, Duduzile, and now she broke the record. Now she has proven everyone that she is above the constitution of the MKP. Imagine if those actions were actually from Floyd to Duduzile, what could have happened? Imagine if Floyd was the one who was insulting Duduzile. I can promise you now, Floyd could have been suspended. Floyd could have been expelled by now. And now it's so painful as a parent when you have a political party and then you recruited your daughter and your son and your family members to join and they mess up there. It's very difficult to discipline them. It's very difficult to call them into order. This is the problem that I have with family businesses. MKP is a family business. Now, lately, they are saying Duduzile has issued an apology. She was insulting the Secretary General, Floyd Shivambu, on a public platform, Twitter, swearing. She was literally, the F word is the final, is the last straw. If somebody say F to you, and then it means now it's something else. I'm so disappointed, but I'm not as disappointed as the MKP party members should be, because I knew that this lady is very ill-disciplined. She has got entitlement issues, and then she is just full of herself, and she thinks she can just imagine when you are a parent, you open a company is running, and everybody is happy, your employees are happy, are fine. Then your daughter decides to drive to your company and swear at staff members and scream at them and tell them how useless they are. I mean, that's a difficult position. And now this daughter has got a position. Remember, guys, I mean, I don't know if as a society we have lost that moral compass. Why? We are talking about an MP here. Duduzile Zuma is a member of parliament. Even the parliament, I think they should, in some way, have a right to institute a disciplinary action against the member of parliament who's publicly calling people F-word. Number two, she's the member of the SADC, whatever the position she has there. So those are the questions that you ask yourself, that, some people are just entitled, some people are just powerful, they are untouchable, and no one can tell them anything. It is so sad that as a society, we have come to accept wrong things to be right. We have actually institutionalized misbehaving, more like it's normal to behave like this. I'm just waiting for her to say my account was hacked. I can tell you now. Now the MKP said she has issued an apology, unconditional and whatsoever. But remember, what you said actually says a lot about you as a person. That is why people should conduct themselves in such a manner that it will maintain their credibility. Duduzile is I saw even Duduzile Zuma saying apology accepted. Apology my food. That's nonsense. And if Floyd is going to accept the apology, well, on a public platform, yes, he has to, for the sake of party, we belong to the party, comrade, let's put this thing behind and let's focus. But she must be removed from all the positions, especially from MKP as a she must just be a normal member. I don't know where they can put it, because everywhere they can put her, she's just a horrible influence. She's a bad influence. And sometimes it becomes so sad, when you expose your level of illiteracy. Sometimes to go to school to get some knowledge is very important, because some of these things you can be able to analyze when you're sitting down. I will tell you about Julius Malema. Julius Malema, if you check before he went to UNISA to study for his degree and after, there's a difference. Before he went to UNISA, he was someone who was reckless, calling Abu Helen Zile the T-girls, and please call security to remove this thing, chasing out journalists and all. But now he can take all the heat, all the pressure, because I think education gives you a little bit, I don't know, I might be wrong, more of maturity, and also you tend to make sound decisions. What was she actually thinking, Duduzile, when she was attacking Floyd left, right, and center? What was she really sober? I don't think so. I'm still traumatized as far as that. How can she behave like this? But at the same time, to me, personally, I'm not surprised, because, when you know someone's character and you know the potential they have and what they are capable of doing. She has made a lot of flops, lot of things that will give you a signal. I call them red flags. So these are those were the red flags. Remember, we have nudes, pictures. She's dancing next to a swimming pool and all of this. So you can see that this kind of a person is not the kind of a person that you can put forward. You can give or assign certain responsibility, especially to run bigger projects. Floyd is a very principled person, and he knows how to conduct himself. And the only thing that's causing friction between the two, between the Floyd camp and the Duduzile camp, is that Duduzile camp is full of people who are illiterate, who just want to claim ownership of the party, who feels threatened that we were there on the ground when the party was formed, and now people are just being parachuted into positions and all of that. But you look at Floyd. Floyd is followed by people who are of a sound mind, who understand the code of ethics and everything, and do things by procedure. I don't know how they will resolve this, because we know now, it's public knowledge, even the MKP members and those who were defending Duduzile, now we know that they are enemies. Floyd and Duduzile, they are public enemies, and they belong to the same party, and they are influential in that party, and they are influential in making key decisions. This lady is making Floyd's job very, very difficult. I can tell you now, it's very difficult to work with someone who doesn't have manners, who doesn't have respect, who is very insubordinative, who undermines everything that you say or you instruct them to do. It's so sad. Now, the MKP has actually put itself in a position where they are now fixing internal squabble instead of focusing on the mandate of the party to recruit more people, to recruit more vote, to make the ground fertile, so that on the next election, at least they can lure more people than the 2.3 million people who voted for them. Maybe they are fine with that number. Maybe they want to reduce it to 1.5 or 1.2 million. I don't know what is going on. But what I see here, the biggest problem that will cause a downfall for the MKP, I've said it many times, is Duduzile Zuma. If they can remove her, I don't know where they're going to squeeze her, by the way. You know, when you have that child who's just very problematic, you know, even when he's not working, he smokes, he invites friends, and he makes pool parties. There's always chaos. You need to call him into order. That's Duduzile. Duduzile does that exactly. She can't behave. And by the way, unfortunately, Ubaba doesn't really know anymore what to do. You know, you can't throw your child into the dustbin, because, you know, it's your child. You can't just disown her and all of that. You're going to cause you to worsen the situation. You try to contain her, but at the same time, she's very ill-disciplined. She's got entitlement issues. And I don't know how will the MKP members, you know, go out there in the pub, because now this, you know, if you look at the social media, the Twitter, on the X, people were defending Floyd tooth and nail. They were saying, we are willing to, because why? People have now realized that, no, this lady is not make sure this one. No, you know. So they are defending Floyd. They understand the mandate, and they are catching up now. And Duduzile is acting as an external force to want to cause damage. The damage that she will cause will be irreparable. For them to fix this problem is for them to actually, you know, reserve her, I don't know, somewhere there in a wardrobe, and they will see her maybe after the 2029 election. So I don't know. It's a problem. She's just out of order, man. And for the fact that she's an MP, this is a kind of a person that you can stand up in parliament and say something as the SG, and she will stand up and say something different from the same political party. Because why? She has been given powers and privileges to say whatever she wants to say to anyone that she really sees as useless, as someone who she doesn't see any need to respect. You know, she's very disrespectful. I don't know. I don't want to attack her beyond this, but sure, she's a problem in the MKP, and a ticking time bomb that must be diffused as in yesterday. If the MKP and also Babu Msholozi does not really handle this matter with a caution and with proper measures to be put in place, that listen, here we are not running suckers here. We are running a political party. Therefore, you must behave. You know, I think Babu Msholozi is the only person who can bang the table and say, listen, You are not going to misbehave, otherwise I will chase you out. I think that's the only person. She doesn't listen to anyone, but she listens to her father. Maybe she will change. I don't know, squatters. Maybe you'll see this in a different view. She has apologized, by the way, and I'm not sure if it's her who apologized or they just compiled that letter and said unconditional apology and all of that. I don't know. Waiting to hear from you, squatters. Let's keep engaging, and I'm worried about the future of the MKP. Sure.